Vayakehel, Daf Pei Zayin, and we're given the bottom of the page. And this is what we're saying, V'after b'chol levavcha, to love Hashem with all of your hearts. And it used the word levavcha two bays, that also the desire of nefesh habamis, which is called Yetzer Hara, will be only to Hashem. And this desire, this love that should be only to Hashem, comes from the contemplation that it comes about the greatness of Hashem and the loftiness of Hashem, that everything is completely nullified and there's nothing but Hashem, and from that comes that he will completely nullify his desire and he will have only desire to Hashem. And therefore the pasuk says, after we say Vayakehel Hashem Echad. So after we say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, we say after. Because this contemplation that everything is completely nullified comes after Hashem. But this is the concept in all the 6 days of creation. That in 6 days of creation says Sheshes Yomim Tavin, 6 days you'll work. And what is the serving to Hashem? The work is a serving to Hashem in the way of love. But it's a tremendous toil. Because it cannot come and have the love to Hashem, but if he toils, he thinks deeply into it, and he thinks very, very concentrated. He has to connect his mind to it, and for that he needs to do all the 39 melachos in the spiritual sense of seeding and plowing, etc., as explained in other places. In other words, to get this love to Hashem inside a person implanted, it's a lot of work. But the idea is through the contemplation. But through the contemplation and tremendous work, he can get there. And this ava that comes in the weekdays is ava that comes from understanding. In other words, a person works on himself and step by step, and he understands greater and greater, and is nullified. But on Shabbos adds on another part, Neshama Yisera, a new soul. In other words, that was added on into a Yidden, a new thing that they do not have during the weekdays. In other words, love and desire to Hashem, which is higher than the understanding. Because there is a desire and there is a desire. There is a desire that comes from understanding, and that's called lower rotzen, lower desire. Because this desire comes from understanding. Therefore, it's lower than understanding and no lower than the contemplation. Because the contemplation is the one that brought it. But then there's desire which is higher than the understanding, higher than the greatness of understanding. And this revelation, the person, this is ava that does not come from contemplation, but this is ava, a simple ava that comes from above, which is higher than understanding, which is like the concept of Yechidah Shebenefesh, higher than understanding. And for example, when a person wants something, and it's so connected to his essence, and he does things which are not according to his understanding. And others, the mind tells him not to do it, and he does it anyway. And the reason is because there's tremendous desire. Because this deep desire, it's completely much deeper than understanding. And as a concept, that is desire which is on understanding, like the expression is, came in the desire. There's no reasoning. And this, the level of Avodah to Hashem, is being awakened in the person on Shabbos. And this is the concept of Avodah that comes from above to below, to Nefesh Elokis on Shabbos. And in other words, it's not only according to his understanding, his contemplation, but it comes from other understanding. And that this is the concept of the revelation of Ratzon Elyon, the desire of above, is on Shabbos. What does that mean, that there's a revelation of desire from above? In other words, that there's a concept of love to Hashem comes from above. And therefore, the 6 days of creation are called the level from Reishis. They get it from the level of Reishis, which is the level of Chokhmah. And Shabbos says, Vaynafash, that he goes, all of the work is going up to the level of Chokhmah. And the level of the Chokhmah and Midas go to the level of higher than Chokhmah, which is the concept of desire.